My name is Eric Johansson, and I'm excited to submit a nomination for myself to be a speaker at the 2018 Toronto TedX. The title of my talk will be The Life of Death. Right now, there's a real stigma of death in our society. We avoid the subject like the plague. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. And all of a sudden, one day, we're faced with it. And if we haven't, thought about it, if we hadn't had conversations surrounding it, if we haven't made decisions ahead of time, we can often leave our families and our loved ones in very difficult, times. We have to make very excruciating decisions when our time eventually does come. And what I'm here to say is death is happening to all of us. So rather than avoiding it and running away from it, I'm saying that death is something that we need to embrace. We almost need to befriend death and be able to talk about death in a very positive and very real way. And by doing this, by working and to remove the stigma surrounding death, it is my hope that people will be able to live a much fuller and a much more meaningful life. And certainly if we look around various cultures in the world, death is often celebrated in some of these cultures. So I think there's a lot that we can learn in North America in terms of how we rationalize death, how we think about death, and how we ultimately accept death. So the goal of my talk is really just to get the conversation surrounding death out there, to get people thinking about death, to get people talking about death, and to get them to do so in an ultimately open way. Because death is something that's happening to all of us. It's actually a big part of our lives. So by opening ourselves up to it, by having that conversation, we can live the greatest possible life. I'm excited to give this talk at the 2018 Toronto TEDx. I'll see you then.